Hi everyone and welcome to a new Path of Exile video. I'm Koshido and today I'm gonna share with you my Cold DoT Occultist Leaguestarter. As you can see, the playstyle is pretty unique to this build. We are using Vortex on our left mouse click button, so every time we move we are casting Vortex, and this usually is enough to clear most of the packs. If not, we are using Val Cold Snap, which creates an area around us that deals Cold DoT damage. Other than that, if we need more damage, we can self-cast Cold Snap. We are using Bane to apply 2 curses, Frostbite and Elemental Weakness, and we also have Frostbomb to inflict exposure. This is a low life build, but before going low life we can easily reach 2 million DPS on a budget setup, and after going low life with a little bit of investment we can easily reach 6 million DPS. As defensive mechanics we have a lot of energy shield, we can easily go above 8k with a lot of energy shield regen and leech. We have around 20k armor, which is something between 60 to 70% physical damage reduction. We have 30% block, full block chance, we have some evasion and some spell suppression. Also we are using Val Discipline as defensive mechanics, and we can reach Chaos Resist cap pretty easily thanks to the presence of Chayula Amulet. Let's jump into PoB. Here we have a step-by-step leveling tree with endgame tree for life, low life and low life with cluster jewels. Usually in low life builds you do a chaos inoculation step between the life and the low life version, and this because it used to be very expensive going low life, but as new leagues come out it becomes easier and easier to make currency, so I think it is not worth going chaos inoculation anymore. Keep in mind that with this build, to go low life you actually need the Prism Guardian and Chevron wrappings. Let's look at the skill gems. Here I have a low life and a life setups. Since low life is using the Prism Guardian, which allows you to reserve life instead of mana for auras, we can reserve 3 more auras compared to the life version, so the gems are a little bit different. Let's look at the endgame low life first. Here we have Vortex with Controlled Destructions, with Affliction, Elemental Focus, Hypothermia, and then Empower. If you don't have Empower, you can use Efficacy instead. Cold Snap 4-link Val Cold Snap with Bone Chill, Hypothermia, Controlled Destruction. Here we have Flame Dash with Arcane Surge. Keep Arcane Surge at level 6. Frostbomb and Val Clarity. Keep Val Clarity low level according to your mana pool. Auras, we are using Val Discipline, Vitality, Defiance Banner and Tempest Shield. The auras that goes into the shield are Determination, Malevolence and Hatred. Curses, we are applying Elemental Weakness and Frostbite with Bane. And here is optional, you have Molten Shell in an Unset Ring. If you want, you can skip this. Now let's look at the endgame life setup. This is before going low life, and since we are using less aura, we have less socket pressure, which is optimal for Leaguestarter. Vortex and Cold Snap are the same. Then we have Flame Dash with Arcane Surge, keep Arcane Surge at level 6, and Frostbomb. Here I'm using Portal. For auras we have 2 options, one focused more on survivability and the other focused more on damage. The first one uses Determination, Val Clarity, low level, Grace and Vitality. You can use Val Discipline if you want, but with Val Discipline you will probably have some mana problem unless you get some mana reservation efficiency on gear. The other option, focused more on damage, is with Determination, Val Clarity, low level, Hatred and Summon Skitterbots. Going on, the curses are the same, Bane with Frostbite and Elemental Weakness. And here we have some sockets left. We can use a cast when damage taken setup with Morten Shell, increased duration. You can swap Morten Shell for Steel Skin if you prefer, or Immortal Call, depends on you. You can also remove increased duration and use Portal with Cast on Death. I also did a leveling skill gems section here, so let's go through the leveling skill gems. We start out with Freeze Impulse and Arcane Surge at level 1. At level 4 we drop Freeze Impulse and we pick up Stormblast Mine with Swift Assembly, Frostbomb plus Orb of Storm, and Frostblink with Arcane Surge. Keep Arcane Surge at level 1. At level 8 we can use added lightning damage with Stormblast Mine. At level 10 we can swap Frostblink for Flame Dash. At level 12 we can start using Creeping Frost with Efficacy and Lesser Multiple Projectile for clearing. At this point, if you want, you can drop Orb of Storm. We are using a lot of skills. If you feel like you have too many, you can drop Orb of Storm. At level 12, we can start using Vitality and eventually Clarity if you need. keep them low level according to your mana pool. At level 16 we unlock some Skitterbots, so we are using Skitterbots with Vitality. At level 24 we unlock Elemental Focus, so our Stormblast Mine can be 4-link. Also at level 24 you can start looking for 4-links from vendors. Level 24 Creeping Frost is with Efficacy, Lesser Multiple Projectile and Controller Destruction. Auras we unlock Malevolence, so we are using some Skitterbots, Malevolence and Vitality, low level. And we can pick up our first curse, which is Frostbite. At level 28 we finally unlock Vortex, so we can drop Stormblast Mine and start using Vortex with Efficacy, Controller Destruction and Elemental Focus. We do the Siusa quest, so we can buy the rest of the gems we need and we start leveling them. And then at level 31 we can start using Creeping Frost with Controller Destruction, Efficacy and Elemental Focus. We can use Vortex with Hypothermia, Controller Destruction and Swift Affliction. Hypothermia and Swift Affliction are from Siusa's quest. Utility we are using Flame Dash with Arcane Surge, low level, Frostbomb and Frostbite for the course. And we can use this setup till the very end game. If you don't want to use Creeping Frost to level, you can use Wintertide Brand, it's very strong, but you need to remember to pick up the brand equity node as soon as possible. Let's look at the gear set. Here I have 4 gear set. The entry level is just life and res, and we have a +1 wound. Budget life, we have a slightly better wound. We have the Rime Gaze, which is a very cheap unique that boosts our damage. If you are using the Rime Gaze, remember to socket the Cold Snap setup on the helmet, so it becomes a 5-link. This gear has slightly better stats, but is still life resistances. We have the Rummy Concoction and the Overflowing Chalice as a unique flask. Then when we move to low life, this is a budget version low life, and we have a Prism Guardian, the Rime Gaze, Chevron Wrappings. You can use these even for 5-link. Then we have Cold DoT Gloves. You can use a Shaper or Haunter base to get the Cold DoT mod. Also, there are some useful Eldritch implicit, but keep in mind you're using the base implicit, so if you're using the Fingerless Silk Glove, you're going to lose the increased spell damage. Then we have some budget boots. We are using the Presence of Chayula, which is not mandatory for going low life, but is recommended. It will be not so cheap in the first few days. Then we are using Mark of the Shaper with an Elder Ring. This is just for boost our damage, is not required for going low life. You can use some normal rings before. And lastly, we have a Crystal Belt with high energy shield. And with this setup, without Cluster Jewel, we can reach 5 million full DPS on Shaper. The endgame gear is pretty similar to the budget version, actually. We have a better wand, we have uniques with good corruption, we have a better sorcerer boot, we add the aspect of the spider to the build. I'm gonna show you later a craft to add it on the wand, which is pretty easy. We are allocating Tranquility on the Presence of Chayula. Before that, you can allocate Divine Judgment eventually, which is way cheaper. And the belt, we are using a Crusader, which has the 14% increased maximum energy shield. Other than that, good upgrades comes from the jewels. So we want large cluster jewel with deep chill, prismatic heart, point spread destruction, medium with student of decay and vile reinvigoration. We want to have jewels with increased cold damage multiplier, increased maximum energy shield. We are using energy from within for boosting our energy shield, and we also want a Watcher's Eye with damage over time multiplier with malevolence or cold damage affected while hatred. If you have mana problems, since we are using Clarity, you can also get a Watcher's Eye with a Clarity mod. Also, don't forget to check out the note section because there are very useful tips, and I'm gonna add more and more as the build goes on. For example, here we have some leveling tips. We have some endgame variation for your build, and also we have a wound crafting recipe with the aspect of the spider. And that's it for the Cold DoT Occultist Leaguestarter. Let me know if you're gonna play this. Also, if you have any question, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I will do my best to answer you as fast as possible. You can also catch me live on twitch.tv/Coshido. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want more content like this, and remember, stay safe, Exile.